Here comes a new challenger.
Say it be, challenger. Are you prepared to meet your fate? Beware, as what lies ahead of you will either be your destiny or your defeat.
Oops. Saw me accidentally flicking through the things because I'm dumb. Alright, I don't know how I managed to do this, but I somehow managed to save my turnip price. Or turnips. So, I don't remember the last... It's been probably a couple weeks since I played Animal Crossing. I was jumping ahead on the clock like I do, trying to find good turnip prices and whatnot. And I'd have to go back and look through my old videos. But I believe the last date I played was like not in real life, but the last date in game I played was September 15th, which would have been last Sunday. And I obviously bought turnips. But I accidentally threw out the piece of paper that I keep track of that on, of like, so I don't mess up the turnip thing. So, okay, whatever. Is what it is, right? But last Sunday, on the actual 15th, I was out visiting my friend Nicole and getting her all set up on her Switch. And she had Animal Crossing, so I, went to her. I had my Switch with me. She had her Switch. I traveled to her island on my Switch and whatnot. And I had purposely reset the clock. I figured it was lost cause. I was like, whatever, it's lost cause. I reset to the proper time. And I went to her island. And it must have been by chance the same thing. So I'm now logged in as the 16th in the morning. And it says the turnip price is 89. So I'm pretty sure this chart over here on this screen over here, that you can't really see it on the stream, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure that is the same week. And I don't know how I managed to pull that off. I have never had such dumb luck in my life. I have accidentally fucked this up while I'm trying to do it correctly. And somehow I managed to not keep track and somehow land on the right day. So here we go. All right. So, with that all said, let's try to find a good turnip price, I guess. But yeah. PS5 Pro. What a joke. It was $700 American? That's a lot of money. And I'm sorry, I'm still of the mindset that I've seen several developers go on record and say this. I'm of the mindset that we are not even hitting the full potential of the PS5 yet. So to me, it seems a little unnecessary, I guess is the right word. To be rolling at a Pro. But what do I know? And at that price, that's gonna be tough. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess. But I am not holding my breath for that. I am more excited about the next Switch system, or next Nintendo system, whatever you want to call it. Switch 2. I know there was like some leaked information that went out this past week. One of my coworkers was like so excited about it. Like he couldn't stop talking about it the entire shift we worked together. It was hilarious. He kept showing me stuff that he had found online about it and so forth. But I'll admit that him getting excited about it got me more excited about it. And that's probably dangerous because, let's be honest, it's probably not going to live up to the hype. They rarely do. But, I mean, there's definitely things I think Nintendo needs to bring back. If it is presented, right? Oh. Like, why is he not picking that up? Because you're hitting the wrong button, dumbass. If it is going to be like a hybrid portable / console system like the current Switch is, which all indications seem to point that that's the case, first and foremost, as stupid and pointless as a feature it is for gaming, really, I want to see Street Pass return. I loved Street Pass on the 3DS. Just the stupid little puzzle games and the every time that little green light came on, it was beautiful. Oh, son of a bitch. But yeah, I want Street Pass. It's not going to happen, but I want Street Pass. And then I'm hoping, like, the rumor was that it was basically on par, more or less, excuse me, sorry, with the PS4 Pro. I hope that's true, or if not more powerful. I know that's going to be tough, but I'd like it to be in that range. I think it has to be in that range. I mean, I know that was a big thing of contention during the Activision Microsoft lawsuit, right? Because Nintendo was like, no, we're not. We promised to keep Call of Duty multi-platform. Look, we've signed this 10-year deal with Nintendo. And the FCC and PlayStation tried to argue that, well, Call of Duty won't run on a Nintendo Switch. I mean, like, with Polarity. And that's true. It definitely wouldn't run at the same level. But it's definitely possible to run Call of Duty on a Switch through, like, streaming or whatever else. There's games that are, like, available in Japan that you can't get here that you can only play through streaming on the Nintendo Switch. So to say that that's not possible isn't really true. But the deal was with Nintendo. It wasn't for the Switch. So one might argue that they never said the Switch, which they didn't. So they could have just meant with Nintendo, and Microsoft could have been very much aware of what the power levels of the new Nintendo system was going to be already at that point, hence why they agreed to the deal. I'm still thinking, even though I know Nintendo said they will announce it before the end of their fiscal year, which is like March, I still think it will be out by March. I think they'll announce it before the end of December with a March release. And I would not be surprised if Call of Duty Black Ops 6, which is the new one coming out in November for PS5, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, etc., I would not be surprised if it turns out that Black Ops 6 ends up being a launch title in March with this new Nintendo system. Wouldn't shock me at all. Like I think it's definitely going to be a thing. I think outside of that, anything else is really just pure speculation. I mean, technically, so was this. Obviously, there's no way to actually know this for sure, but I think that one's a safe bet. I think Black Ops 6 will release on launch day for the new Nintendo system. But we'll see. We will see what happens. All right, hopefully I didn't screw this up. But yeah, so I think that's a strong possibility. As for what to expect feature wise, other than more power, I don't think this is the thing. I know Nintendo's calling it their next gen, and I think it will be their next gen in the sense of like the new games are not going to run on the existing Switch hardware. I don't know that it's actually. I feel like this even though yes it is a new system and it'll have new games and whatnot and maybe the cartridges things will be different. I think this will be more of just a power increase. I don't think from a feature standpoint, I don't think it's going to change that much. $85. Fluctuating is out of play. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what Nintendo does with this next system, you know. All right, good news. I didn't screw it up. Next. Like my 34%. I only just plugged my Switch back into the dock before I came online. I had been I hadn't like since I got home last Sunday from my friends. I hadn't even taken my Switch out of my travel bag from getting back from her place. It's literally just been sitting there. And I was like, oh, I guess I better put my Switch back in. My Pro controller was dead. So it's it's plugged in. But my My Switch actually still had about 28%. So. Ba, 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 ba. And of course, I've talked many times about some of the new features I think they need to add to the next Animal Crossing game too. They need to go back to some of their old ideas that they've had on previous versions, and they need to bring some of these ideas back. While keeping, of course, existing ideas as well that work really well. Like, I don't know if the next one, like, this is obviously, like, this is like, you know, you're on an island, which is cool. I don't know if an island is a good idea for the next one, or whether they should go back to like a town again. There's things I like about the idea of the island. I think the idea of Harv's Island is a good idea if they do stick with the island's idea, but I think Harv's Island needs to be more like going into the city was in the Wii version, to add a bit more of a community aspect to the game. I think the museum needs to have an astrology section. And so not only when you pick up star fragments the next day after the thing, you can also get different type of meteor rock and so forth. I've mentioned some of these ideas before. It would be cool if, like, again, and it would be cool if they somehow made the areas bigger. Potentially allow, like, I think it's always been 10 in every version. I think they need to do more with the vegetable stuff that they've added this time around. Obviously, a lot of it can be used for recipes. That's definitely a good start. I don't know if they're going to have like an achievement system in the new system, which would be cool if they did. And if they do, maybe you should stay. Yeah, there's like so many things they could do. Open says me. Nothing in recycling. or Lost and Found, or whatever the hell it's called. Alright. Let's see about a turnip price. $82. Yeah, so this is a typical week going for me here, where no number at this point eliminates a large or a small spike, but one particular price range would eliminate decreasing immediately, and the longer I keep getting the number that keeps decreasing in play, the odds on the larger and smaller spike keep getting less likely to happen. I don't like it, sir. No, sir, don't like it. Alright, let's hope for the best in the afternoon. It's been a long time coming, but you got the message now. I also obviously think that Metroid Prime will also be a launch title on the Switch, next Switch system, Nintendo system, whatever. Nintendo seems to have this wonderful habit of Okay. Sorry. Unfortunately, this is an open area. And although, for the most part, there's no reason to come down here,